Hey folks, Gary here. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope you're having a really good Friday. We're having a great Friday here. Actually, we're having a really great spring. The roads are all getting paved. The guys are doing some work down here, so the town is looking really fresh. And the food trucks are showing up. And that's a lot of fun. We had Booster Juice yesterday, and today Beaver Tails is going to be here, so that's going to be really good. I can spend my allowance there, although I probably shouldn't if you know what I mean. It's probably not the best thing for me, but it sure is a whole lot of fun. Uh, but that kind of says something in a way where a lot of times we participate in stuff that's not the best thing to participate in. We get into things we shouldn't get into, and then we end up having the results of it later on. And so that kind of gets us into our prayer for today. We've been looking at significant prayers in the Bible. And so, what do you pray when you're part of a larger group of people and you need to pray for forgiveness? And what I mean by a larger group of people is your nation, right? I'm a Canadian. And so I own the things of Canada. Not that I own the mountains, I own the trees. Not that. I own the problems because I'm a citizen of Canada. I just can't say it's that guy's problem or this guy's problem. It's our problem. And a great prayer for that we find is in Daniel. In Daniel chapter 9, verses 4 to 11, that's what we're going to look at today. Daniel chapter 9, 4 to 11, and then 18 and 19 is how do you pray for your country when your country is having problems? So, is Daniel's country having problems? Well, yeah, he's in exile in Babylon, and Jerusalem is just destroyed. So I'd say his country is having problems. So let's look at Daniel 9, verses 4 right now. And he starts this prayer off this way. I prayed to the Lord my God and confessed, O Lord, you are a great and awesome God. You always fulfill your covenant and keep your promises of unfailing love to those who love you and obey your commands. So he starts off by saying, you are merciful God. You're generous. It's like, Lord, I'm really banking on the fact that your love is your love. And it continues on. We have sinned and done wrong. Now, has Daniel sinned and done wrong? Daniel seems like a pretty righteous guy, but he has taken on the ownership of all this stuff. And he probably has sinned at some time because all have sinned. But he's not saying, those guys have sinned. Would you say, we have? He takes on the identity of his nation. In the same way as I'm a Canadian. I'm not just Gary. I'm not just an individual. I'm part of the whole, right? So we have all sinned. So he continues on. Sinned and wrong. We have rebelled against you and scorned the commands and regulations. We have refused to listen to your servants, the prophets, who spoke on your authority to our kings and princes and ancestors and to all the people of the land. Lord, you are in the right. But as you see, our faces are covered with shame. This is true of all of us, including the people of Judah and Jerusalem and all Israel, scattered near and far, wherever you have driven us because of our disloyalty to you. O Lord, we and our kings, princes, and ancestors are covered with shame because we have sinned against you. But the Lord our God is merciful and forgiving. Even though we have rebelled against him, we have not obeyed the Lord our God, for we have not followed the instructions he gave us through his servants, the prophets. All Israel has disobeyed your instructions and turned away, refusing to listen to your voice. Now I'm going to drop down to verses 18 and 19. Oh my God, lean down and listen to me. Open your eyes and see our despair. See how your city, the city that bears your name, lies in ruins. We make this plea, not because we deserve help, right? Because we don't deserve God's help, but because of your mercy. I'm banking on the fact that you love us. I'm banking on the fact that you want the best for us. Verse 19, O Lord, hear. O Lord, forgive. O Lord, listen and act. For your own sake, do not delay. Oh my God, for your people and your city bear your name. This strikes it sounds a lot like the prayer that we find that Solomon is instructed to pray when Israel turns away from God, right? We know that from Second Chronicles 7:14. I think that's what it is, where it's the prayer. We know this prayer, right? Oh Lord, right? When my people humble themselves and turn away from their wicked ways and seek my face, I will come and I will heal their land. I will forgive them and heal their land. Well, this is what Daniel is doing. Is Daniel personally responsible for all this? No, he's not, but he takes on that identity. And so when we see things that are wrong, we see things that are hard, well, it's good to say, hey, guys, knock it off, right? We need to be accountable to each other, but we also own it because we're part of that corporate identity. We're part of that body, that nation. And so it's up to us. Those who don't know God, they're not going to pray this, right? Why would they? But for us who do, we seek God and we say, Lord, would you heal our land? Would you make things right? We have sinned. Don't say, they have sinned. No, we have sinned. We haven't followed you the way we should have. And we bank on God's mercy. We bank on God's grace. We bank on God's love for our nation. And so we stand in the gap for those who don't know how to do it. So, and it's not about saying, well, I'll just pretend to be guilty. No, we actually own it. And we say, Lord, would you forgive us? And the best part is the answer is always yes. God answers those prayers. So have a fantastic Friday and go find a food truck someplace and have a good time.